possibly isn't the most photogenic start to any video of mine you've ever seen before, but I just can't resist following them in and giving them a bit of a feed, having a bit of a chat, although it is a bit one-sided. But before I even start today, I would just like to say a huge thank you to everybody who commented on the last video. So many of you sent birthday wishes, you made comments, you gave me useful advice. I specifically asked in my last video for you to leave a comment, and my goodness, you came through. It was absolutely wonderful to see them, so keep it up. It's really, really good. I can't have any more birthdays, not till next year, but it's just so nice to read through them. I'll go through some of them as I go around today, but I have got my birthday gift to myself in that direction. Whether that's a clue or not, you'll have to wait and see. But the things I want to get done today, the chickens have gone, they're bored of me already. Things I want to get done today, I want to get my first early potatoes in. These are leeks that never made it. First early potatoes in, which are a bit late to be honest, and I've got another unusual vegetable seed to sow in the polytunnel, so I'll be showing you that in a minute. But yeah, the other thing I want to say is thank you so much if you are new to the channel. There's been a sudden flux of new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, press the bell, press the button, press the subscribe thing. It doesn't cost you anything and it just makes me very happy. But first of all, well, I'm going to have a little play with these. Look, it's a leek. I wonder what they think of leeks. I should use those, shouldn't I? I should be taking those home and using those. They're a bit small. They're more of a spring onion, but they're edible, aren't they? Are they? No, apparently not. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take you into the polytunnel. Just have a look at the progress of some of the seeds I put in last week, and I'll show you my new favourite seed. No? Another thank you to all the suggestions I had about how to get the glue off the polytunnel. If you remember, I talked about the fact that we're going to be creating this proper guttering system to run all the rain off the polytunnel roof into a set of bins, which is going to be here, which is why this is a complete mess. That's probably going to be happening next week, so by next week's video we should be able to show you exactly how we've done it. But yeah, I had some really sensible suggestions, so thank you again. Your comments really do make a difference. I've actually had a little bit of a sweep through and a bit of a tidy. You wouldn't be able to tell, but it's a lot better than it was when I filmed in here last week. But one of the things I don't think I shared with you, and if it did, I was only just sowing it because I planted these or sowed these. It's the 6th, I don't know what the date is today, but less than a week ago. And this is the Aztec broccoli. Look how many seedlings have come up. And I mean, how thin and skinny and not like they're going to do anything at all do they look. But these actually grow into quite large, I think about 4 foot tall plants, and they resemble the weed fat hen. So it says when they are tiny, be careful that you don't weed them out. I think it's probably supposed to sow them in situ, but I've done them in here. And yeah, you nip off the tips of the growth. Apparently they get the flowers as well. You know what? I've gone off on one here. I don't know if they're related to amaranth. They might be vaguely related, but you nip off the tips of the plant, and apparently it's got a taste that's somewhere between broccoli and spinach, and it's meant to be really nice. So yeah, another unusual one for you to try. I didn't tell you this last week, but I've put links to, if not exactly the same varieties as I'm growing, some similar ones in the description box below. So if you want to take a look at those, you'd be very welcome, and I'd be very happy. But then I've got things like this. My poor little snapdragon. These are from Robin. These were actually shown over at Robin Gardens. These were sown a few weeks ago. Look how tiny. I mean, they look frail, don't they? They are tiny seedlings. And I would blame the compost. I would be worried about the compost if it wasn't for the fact that, I mean, sunflowers are going to do okay anywhere, aren't they? These are claret. I've sown some others, but everything else seems to be coming on absolutely fine. If I show you, these are my peppers so far, just so you're not worried that your peppers are too small. They've got true leaves. That's all I'm worried about at the minute. They aren't coming through the bottom. They were potted up probably a couple of weeks ago, and they're currently that big, but I'm quite pleased with them. I'll put it next to my head, probably about the size of my ear. But yeah. So anyway, let me show you my new seed that I've actually seen on someone else's channel, and I got really excited about it, so I thought I'd share it with you. Okay, if you saw last week's video, you will know that this year I'm just going to try and just do a few more unusual varieties of your common garden vegetables that you might normally grow. So for example, instead of a green cucumber, I'm going to try a white cucumber, etc, etc. You see how it goes. If you haven't seen that video yet, take a little look, but don't go now, wait until you watch this one. So in the spirit of all things unusual, I am going to try a different type of melon. Now, I have grown melons before. Those of you who have watched the channel for a long time will remember that for 2-3 years we had something called the Transatlantic Melon Challenge, which had UK growers pitted against the US growers to see who could grow the best melons in different climates, etc. And that was great fun, and I took part in it with the lovely Jim from the Lake Effect Gardeners. So yeah, might be worth looking back at some of his videos and some of mine to see how they went. But I must admit, last year or two I just haven't bothered, because I've just thought, for goodness sake, you know, for the amount that I got, there were a lot of effort. However, this year I have got more room, more space, and so when I saw this particular person holding up their melons last week, I think it was, I thought, oh, they do look good, mind you. I'm going to have to give those a go. So as you do, you start browsing on the internet. Before you knew it, I'd pressed buy and bought a packet of these melon seeds, and they are, if I can find them, it's when you hope that you've got them, and this is why I'm rubbish at practicing and getting ready. Yeah, here we go. These are called Queen Anne melons. Now, I'm not going to tell you who it was who sowed them. You will know, I'm sure all of you will know who she is. And I'm just wondering, my little question of the day might be, who else have you seen grown these melons in the last week? I will give you a clue. It's a she. And what I particularly liked about these melons was they only grow to about 4 inches across, which means that they will develop and ripen a lot quicker than your standard melons. So I'm going to give them a go. Oh, and they are the most beautiful goldish colour and red stripes. So I'm just putting them in. I haven't watered that first, which I would have done. They're in the other half of the tray to my broccoli rabe. You know what? Look at this. This is what I end up doing. I'm sure this is what most people do when they're not on camera, you know. They don't have everything organised. Or do they? I'm going to put some vermiculite on top, because I think that will just let a little bit of the light in. That's way too much, but never mind. Okay, and I will put that in one of the gravel trays, and we'll just keep an eye on it. In fact, what I think I'll do as well, I'll steal one of these cloches and put that on top, just to give it a little bit of heat before we start. And don't worry, I will come back and put a label in. So if you think you know who it is who sowed some of these last week, let me know in the comments below, and I'll tell you if you were right or not next week. They do make me smile. I mean, look at them. Junior and Bluebell in the middle there, having a bit of a dust bath, whilst pecking all around them at the same time. I mean, that's the height of lazy eating, isn't it? Comment that was made that really helped me out is, I was saying at the top of the plot, we've got, well, I'm now going to be calling my woodland area, another project that's coming up in the next few weeks. But we have had, a weed up there, which is basically usually only about that big. And you can see it's a sort of onion, can't you? And so anyway, we've left it because it's fine. I don't care what it does up here, but down here, it's coming actually quite big now, to the extent I was thinking maybe my garlic has self-seeded. Can garlic self-seed? They produce seeds, so I'm sure they can. And, oh, I've missed that one out completely, look. Anyway, I asked what it was, and someone immediately just put in the comments that it is crow garlic, and it is hugely pervasive, but also completely edible. So, whereas I've actually always wanted to have wild garlic, as I call it, for the actual leaves. I've done it again with that one. I just keep chopping the bulbs up. Whereas I've always wanted the wild garlic for the leaves, because I have made wild garlic pesto before, only once or twice. Oh my goodness, it's just do it, it's so good. I wouldn't have thought of that as wild garlic because it doesn't look like the traditional wild garlic plant. So there's obviously a difference somewhere, and I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments below. But the fact that we can dig these up and use them basically like giant garlic chives. I've lost my voice now. I've lost my voice. Upsettingly, I've lost half my hori knife in the soil. Oh my goodness, my beloved hori. I wonder if that was mine or Mike's. Should I tell him? I'm going to have to tell him. Oh, right, okay. Well, they go down quite deep. They take a bit of pulling up. I think I'm going to have a belated birthday gift to myself. Oh my goodness. Anyway, thank you to that person who told me what these were. No thank you to the hori gods. Oh. Right, if I give you a little clue about my birthday gift to me, this is what was there. This is what's replaced it. I have been wanting to get rid of that arch for the last couple of years, as you well know. So when I saw this going for an absolute steal on eBay, it was a fifth of the price, brand new, boxed, a fifth of the price of what it retails at the moment. So I was just so pleased. So I got myself this. I thought it would be an absolute doddle. It said on the instruction booklet that it would take 2 people 2 to 3 hours. So Mike and I chose the hottest day of the year so far, yesterday. I thought, it won't take us very long. It'd be quite a nice job to do, but oh my goodness. It wasn't a nightmare. We're still married.
Are you a trained craft woodworker, Jane?
I am.
Where did you study?
The Crafty Woodworker School. There's still work to be done, so we've got it sort of supported at the moment by these, whatever these rods are called again, going down into the ground, just trying to keep it a bit straight. Getting it straight, that was the worst bit. We hadn't, basically, it's when you look back, you think, oh, obviously it wouldn't be straight. We hadn't tightened the bolts up in these corners strongly enough, so it was just like this. And these things here, that comes into 2 parts, so that's always a bit wobbly. So we're going to have to, if you can see that now, look, we're going to have to put a piece of wood along there or along there or along there, just to sort of brace it a bit more really. But I am going to paint it. I think I'm going to paint it the same colour as the one behind you, just so it'll blend in a little bit more. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Got to know what to put up it now. As you know, I've dug the blackberry up. There is a video out there somewhere about when I put the previous arch up and I was putting the blackberry over it, and I was so thrilled. That day's gone. But I've still got the tayberry on this side, so I might put something ornamental going up it. It might be peas, it might be beans, it might be squash, but yeah, what do you think? Well, that was good, wasn't it? I've literally just spent the last quarter of an hour chatting to the camera about the way I was planting the potatoes and just little bits and pieces, only to realise I hadn't pressed record. Which you'll know, if you make videos, is maybe one of the most annoying things you can possibly do. Fortunately, I had my phone on the little tripod, so yeah, it's okay. There's proof. My first earlies are in. If you're worried about the green bits coming out of here, it's pondweed that seems to have taken over the water butts as well, but I don't mind about that. The great thing is now is we've had all this hot weather, and I was saying about how dry it is, but the forecast for the next few days is rain, so these should get a really good rain in, and hopefully by the time they start showing I might be able to top up the beds with the old bark paths. We just haven't been able to get hold of any more this year, so not so far, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, thank you so much again. Honestly, please comment again. Please subscribe, press the notifications bell, because there might be the odd extra video popping up in the next few weeks. And yeah, hope you're getting on okay. See you soon.